It's Cabo again with another video to react to, and we finna get into the best, one of the best NBA content creators in the NBA community, Jimmy High Roller. He be raw with the stats. This is the only motherfucker that can use stats the right way. You know what I'm saying? Not when they want them. Not when it favors their only favors their argument on the go to conversation. This man has now just made a video about, asking over 100 players who is the real GOAT. All right, let's get into it.
In life, very few things are guaranteed. Death, taxes, and the NBA GOAT debate. You can run, you can hide, but eventually, it'll always find its way back into your life. And as much as we think we know about the game, us mere mortal hoop fans have never seen greatness up close and personal like actual NBA players have. So who better to ask about this age-old debate than the players themselves? From all-time greats to Hall of Famers to role players. If we ask the players themselves who they think the greatest player of all time is, who would they choose? Well, we have the answer, and it may not be what you expect.
Let's go.
Today's video is brought to you by Draft Week. Mr. Kook, such unique bets. They're choosing to give you. The Athletic conducted an anonymous poll involving 127 active NBA players. Sam Amick wrote an excellent piece on this poll. I highly recommend checking it out. And throughout this poll, these NBA players were asked to give their opinions on an array of topics, like who's the toughest player in the NBA, who talks the most trash, who's the best defensive player. For example, one of the questions in the poll was, who's the MVP? James Harden received the most votes from the players, but Giannis ended up taking home the award. Another question these players were asked was, what do you see as the biggest issue facing the league? 30% of players said officiating. But of the 16 questions that were asked in this poll, the question that had the largest discrepancy in votes was, who's the best player of all time? Now, the best thing about anonymous polls is that players can be as open and as honest as they want to without worrying about being criticized for their answers later down the road. And, well, the players were brutally honest. In 5th place was a tie between Magic Johnson, Allen Iverson, and Kevin Durant, all receiving 1% of the votes. In 4th was Kareem.
Y'all bogus as hell. Who the fuck said KD is the GOAT? Y'all funny as hell. AI the GOAT? No. Kareem the GOAT? No. Y'all funny as fuck.
In 2nd was LeBron with 11.9% of all votes. And in 1st with a resounding 73% of the votes.
Yeah.
That was Michael Jordan.
Jordan. Yeah. They were talking about that. 73% of the players in the NBA said Michael Jordan is the GOAT. And that's players today, bro. We in a whole nother, like 2 generations after Michael Jordan. You know what that means? Jordan is a fucking god to this shit, bro. Even after this generation, motherfucker, it's gonna be still motherfuckers saying Jordan the GOAT. It's gonna take a while for motherfuckers to stop saying that. Just like eventually motherfuckers gonna stop saying LeBron is the GOAT. Just like eventually the top 3, probably we gonna live to see the top 3 change. This is my top 3, but I have Kobe and Kobe and LeBron swapping, to be honest. And look how tight that is. Like, they got an arm wrestle for number 2.
Seasons ago, before LeBron won his 4th championship and 4th Finals MVP. But it seems like this debate isn't much of a debate at all. The experts had spoken, and the answer was clear as day. But I want to take a deeper look at these results. What if we removed the anonymity, peeled back the curtain,
right, bro?
And
who
saw
actually
how these
said that
voted?
shit? KD to GOAT.
I searched. I scoured the internet for every opinion and take on the GOAT debate that I could find, specifically from NBA players.
And that's why I like about Jimmy High Roller, bro. I know I'm supposed to be talking about this video, but I fuck with Jimmy High Roller. He do his fucking research, bro. He actually researched and said who said that shit. He researched who said that shit, bro.
And along the way, I found some interesting things. Like this article from ESPN that says that Michael Jordan is better than LeBron in every way, according to NBA fans.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Every way, they mean literally every way. Like which one of them has the better shoes? Who'd they rather have a drink with?
Hold on.
Literally every way.
Okay. Better sneaker fashion. Mike, of course. Better sneaker to ball in. Michael, of course, who when LeBron's on the court. Come on now. Pick game winning shot. Come on, Michael. Come through in the clutch, Michael. Spectacular to play, Michael. Come on now. Only thing Bron got over him is the athleticism, bro. Better player overall, Michael. NBA was better all around, Michael. I say there are more skilled players in the league today, but the competition, the element of competing, no matter how good you are, you know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers gonna go hard. Win 101 to 21, Michael. If we talking about 50-year-old Michael versus almost 60-year-old Michael versus 40-year-old Bron. Go with that, but we talking about in prime. Prime versus prime. I go Michael. Top pick to start a team, of course, Michael. Better offensive player, Michael. Better luck. What they mean, look? Hold on. I don't know. Hold on. Have a drink with. I have a drink with both of them, no geisha. Both of them seem cool. Nah. Jordan an asshole. He probably try to put all that shit on my tab. Hell no. Choose a teammate, Michael. Okay. Yeah. Way better defense pass. I'd say LeBron is a better passer. I ain't gonna lie. They dick riding on the passing part. Trust to pass you the ball. LeBron, I trust LeBron. I don't. 80s Jordan, no. 90s Jordan, maybe. Bron, yeah, because he's a pass first, right? Yeah.
Way. Like which one of them has the better shoes, who'd they rather have a drink with, and who has the better look. Riveting, informative, petty even, but no use to us. I came across one video of Meta World Peace's take on the whole debate, and once you decipher his absolute dogshit handwriting, you'll see that he's got Oscar Robertson as his GOAT. He's also got Kobe and MJ taking up the same spot.
Right.
Not sure if that's how rankings work. And Kyrie.
What? Who the fuck said that shit?
Shit handwriting. World Peace's take on the whole debate.
Meta World Peace.
And once you decipher his absolute dog shit handwriting, you'll see that he's got Oscar Robertson as his GOAT. He's also got Kobe
and Kyrie in top 5. He got Kyrie over LeBron.
Not sure
I'm
if
done.
That's how rankings work. And Kyrie Irving as the 4th best player in NBA history. I had no choice but to assume he was trolling, and so I moved on. Jason Williams gave his opinion on who he thinks the GOAT is and was ridiculed because of it on national television. Remember, kids, even NBA players can't share their takes about the NBA without getting crucified. Now, it was hard to determine the true answer for some players since over the years, they've changed their mind. At one point, Isaiah Thomas said Jordan was the GOAT, and then he said it was LeBron, and then he said it was Kareem, and then he said it was LeBron again. Originally, Scottie Pippen said MJ was the GOAT, then years later, said it was LeBron. Then
y'all see that, right? Before he became a billionaire, they say he was the GOAT. After he became a billionaire, they saying LeBron.
MJ, and then he said it was Wilt Chamberlain, and then he said it was LeBron again.
Like, stop changing
some
shit up.
Refused to give an answer on the debates.
Be consistent.
Like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, who's been around since basketball was played with a peach basket and has somehow never outright said who he thinks is the greatest player of all time. But after a long search, I collected the answers from 112 different NBA players.
Wow.
And before I show the results,
that's just too much
see
research.
What we're working with. Here are the 112 players that gave definitive answers on who they think the GOAT is. Of these 112 players, 49 of them are currently in the NBA, and 64 of them are former players. If we break it down by decades,
with the research,
4 of the players that gave their opinion on the GOAT played in the 60s, 2 of them are from the 70s, 6 played in the 80s, 21 played in the 90s, 28 played in the 2000s, 23 played in the 2010s, and 30 are a part of this next era of NBA players.
Most of them.
Now, of course, we're going to have some overlap in the timeline of players' careers, but for the sake of this experiment, this is how we're going to break it down.
Okay, come on, break it down.
That's too bad. And before I reveal the results of this NBA survey, I want you all to make a prediction. In order, from 1 to 5, who do you think received the most GOAT votes among all players in this survey?
From 1 to 5, You already know the top three: Kobe, LeBron, Mike. The other two probably Wilt and Kareem. That's it.
Pause it here if you need to. Got your prediction? Well, here are the results of all 112 NBA players and their GOAT pick. LeBron, Jordan, 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 LeBron, LeBron, Jordan, Jordan, LeBron, Jordan, 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 Kobe, LeBron, Jordan, 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 Wilt, LeBron, Jordan, LeBron, 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 Jordan, LeBron, Wilt, Jordan, Kobe, Jordan, Jordan, Kareem, Jordan, 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 LeBron, LeBron, Jordan, 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 Jordan.
Y'all see this shit? Y'all see what I'm talking about, man? They know.
Jordan, Kobe, LeBron,
They know better.
Jordan, Jordan, Kobe, Jordan, Wilt, LeBron, LeBron, Jordan, Jordan, Kobe, LeBron, Jordan, LeBron, LeBron, Jordan, Jordan, Kareem, LeBron, Jordan, Jordan, LeBron, Jordan, Kobe.
Hell no. All I'm hearing is Jordan. Bro, they know.
Jordan.
Like, for real.
That's 3 votes for Kareem, 4 votes for Wilt, 6 votes for Kobe, 30 votes for LeBron, and with an overwhelming 6.
Do the math. Let me show y'all. I like numbers, just ask him. 7-6. He said at 112. 7. 13 votes right there. And then 43 votes out of all these players. He asked 112. He already showed 46 votes, and it just come up with 4 play. 66. No, 69. I'm tweaking. 69 people have said Michael Jordan is the GOAT out of all former and current NBA players.
69 votes. Michael Jordan.
And that's his career high, bro. That's crazy. That is career high record for points in a game.
Unquestionably the greatest player of all time, according to NBA players. Now,
wow.
If we compare these results to the anonymous player poll conducted by The Athletic back in 2019, the results are actually quite different. Michael Jordan still received the majority of the votes, but this...
Every time he do like research on who to GOAT using numbers and shit, it always end up as Michael Jordan the GOAT, nigga. Stop playing. Stop fooling around trying to create dumbass arguments of why Kobe the GOAT, Wilt Chamberlain the GOAT, Kareem. No, this nigga changed the way we look at basketball. Straight up, bro. I'm tired of talking about this shit.
This time around, it isn't nearly as decisive as it was back in 2019. Keep in mind, the 2019 survey involved only active players.
Like, I knew. I can't take it. I knew what the results were gonna be when I first clicked on this video. Matter of fact, when I even looked to think about, should I react to this motherfucker?
Survey included the opinions of many retired players, but I think it would be accurate to say that over the last 3 seasons, LeBron has swayed more players into his corner with his title run in 2020 and his unprecedented longevity that now has him within reaching distance of Kareem's all-time scoring record. The only way LeBron even has a shot at being the GOAT in the eyes of most NBA players is through longevity, which has widely been agreed upon even by NBA fans over the last few years. But I want to point out some really interesting things that were revealed while
all I know is don't let Cash Nasty see this video.
Gathering all these answers. Wilt Chamberlain and
matter of fact, tag Cash Nasty.
LeBron are the only players that chose themselves as the GOAT. In interviews over the years, Kobe Bryant only players that
I'm gonna have to screenshot this
that chose themselves.
Yes, sir. I forgot a screenshot. Fuck it.
As the GOAT. In interviews over the years, Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan have hinted at the fact that they find themselves to be the GOAT, but they've never outright said it. But even more revealing is that time and time again, NBA players, the guys that know the game better than anyone else, choose Kobe Bryant as a top 3 player and in some cases the GOAT, while most fans don't even have him in their top 5. In fact, a lot of the guys who picked Jordan as their GOAT, like Kawhi...
And that's crazy to me. If you don't have Kobe in your top fucking 5, bro, Don't even come up with a list, G. You might as well say LeBron, Michael, LeBron, Wilt Chamberlain, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Allen Iverson, Tim Duncan. Throw that shit away. The players that they will put over Kobe would be like so fucking ridiculous. Like, I'm like, are you serious? Tim Duncan, bro? Tim Duncan better than Kobe? No. I have never looked up a Tim Duncan highlight ever in my life. I've been using YouTube since I was 9, bro. I'm 22 right now. I ain't never looked up a Tim Duncan highlight ever. Never. Cut it out.
Durant, Jimmy Butler, James Harden, Vince Carter, and dozens more actually had Kobe at number 2 and not LeBron, which speaks volumes as to what these players value and how they define greatness. I personally think that fans of the NBA tend to factor in the totality of a player's career when considering where they rank all time, which only makes sense. Whereas NBA players put more value in the actual ability and capability of all-time greats when ranking them. NBA players tend to see past narratives, situations, fortune, or misfortune, and rather assess these players based simply on how good they are at playing basketball. Now, I want to point something out. Most of the players that played against Jordan picked Jordan as their GOAT. But a lot of the players that played against LeBron also picked Jordan as their GOAT.
Come on.
In fact, if we look at the eras these players played in and how they voted,
and a lot of them, hold on. And some of them weren't just me was too young to see.
Players across every decade chose Jordan as their GOAT. Whereas with LeBron, the vast majority of his votes came from players who may have simply been
You know why they know? Even though they was too young, including me, I was too young to see. I was never born to see Jordan Bulls. But it was a thing called fucking YouTube. Right? Like I'm using now. Michael Jordan highlights. Why not? I've been hearing his name since I was growing up. Why not search his name up? You know what I'm saying?
Watch Jordan play. This isn't to say they chose LeBron by default due to their age, but it is something worth considering. But what about the guys that played against or with LeBron, Kobe, and Michael Jordan throughout the course of their careers? Well, this is where things get really interesting, because out of the 112 players who were surveyed, 27 of them played against LeBron, Kobe, and Jordan during their NBA career. And of those 27 players, one of them said Kobe was the GOAT, 4 of them said LeBron was the GOAT, and 22 of them said MJ was the GOAT. Yeah. Just think about that for a moment. Among the guys that actually played against and guarded Kobe, LeBron, and Jordan, 81% of them say MJ was the greatest player. But we can take this even further. What
take it further, man.
Played with Michael Jordan and LeBron James. Well, among these 112 players, 27 of them were teammates of either LeBron or MJ. And of these 27 players, 20 of them agreed MJ was the GOAT, and only 6 said LeBron was the GOAT. And I think this might just be the most revealing aspect of this entire experiment. The fundamental difference between some of the best players of all time, like Kareem, LeBron, Wilt, Magic, versus Michael Jordan, is that players respected these all-time greats, but they feared MJ. They appreciate LeBron and Magic and Kobe, but they revere Michael Jordan. Among all the interviews and articles I sifted through to gather the information for this video, it seemed like every time a player talked about Michael Jordan, whether they played with him,
every time someone talked about Michael Jordan, they made it seem like this nigga was fucking Jesus, bro.
Watched him, they were all in amazement. Just talking about his game, you could see their eyes light up, like they were talking about some mythical being or something. They're all
like he's just the pinnacle of their sport, like a fucking myth or something, bro.
Michael Jordan as their peer.
This motherfucker a real life walking legend, bro.
Like he's on a tier of his own. This untouchable, unattainable, immortal status. The man retired from the NBA decades ago.
Decades ago, bro. And motherfuckers still saying Jordan to go.
Then, everyone else. Hope you all enjoyed. And as always,
I'm most definitely enjoyed. This is why I fuck with Jimmy, bro. This is why I fuck with Jimmy High Roller videos. Yes. Jordan to go. No more discussion.